What's going on in this place? He's a 12-year-old boy. He's very small for his age and gets into a huge amount of trouble. So he's got to stop the lion when he eats the other animals. Okay. And this one, how is she going to stop the lion from eating that thing? How? By the neck. Okay. He has no parents. He's been looked after by his sister.
My younger brother and twins and my younger sister and me. Only five. Since my mother, she's dead, I need help. I didn't help someone to help me and my family.
There are many parents that have died of AIDS. So you have grandmothers and children living together. And then when the grandmother dies, you have children that look after children. So you have child-headed families. You might have a sister that no longer schools because she tries to get the younger children to go to school, or you have a sister that works or a brother that works to provide for them. Now, you say this is your mother.
She's making the food for the animals.
Okay, she's making the food for the animals. He used to play soccer and suddenly no longer played soccer, so the coach referred him to me.
Shimane Shimanyana Elasene Esibuti, but Esibuti like ni soccer, no is Elasene like a manedi soccer loss. Maranoe get some Habrat Elasene Elas happy Elasam Vera Pedi soccer spiel.
Why doesn't he play?
Doesn't he play?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Are you worried about him?
I'm worried.
What is the biggest concern? Is there lots of drugs here?
Yes.
What kind of drugs?
Something like a green. Like
Dacha.
Dacha.
Dacha and glue?
Yeah, and glue.
Are you scared that he's taking glue?
Yes, I'm scared.
Yeah.
And who was that again?
She's looking for the other animals.
Oh, is she looking? Have they got lost? They lost.
If we give the child a safe and protected space, then the psyche constellates its potential of regulating, of healing, one could say. Even if healing it's maybe sometimes too much, but ordering, structuring, enforcing the ego.
He also was very busy in putting with wooden
Blocks.
the wooden blocks, just to flatten soil, and also he put it quite symmetrically, as he would like to make some kind of order. So I think that was important for him to structure the place.
Yes, I think it's very important for him to also push away the fear, because he lives with constant fear. And I
Yes.
think that might be a way of pushing down these things. And then he had the little shiny things everywhere. And these, what is this?
It's a light.
It's a light. Okay, and this also, these are all lights, so that we cannot live in darkness, hey? Pasasa prison is a intermediate holding prison for young people that have, or young offenders that have been caught and not yet tried. It's a correctional service to the community where a child that has been arrested and has no place to go and is under 18 doesn't have to go to a normal prison and spends time until he is actually sentenced.
The whole social background of the young offenders, I think the major influence is the usage of the substances and the abuse of alcohol. The most frequent crimes is armed robbery, rape, the just normal theft, the stealing of the cell phones and all that, and in possession of drugs and unlicensed firearms.
It's quite surprising how much comes out in your own head about what you're doing here.
It's almost like draw what you feel and then explain it to me.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Something like that. He comes out of a family where he was rejected. He was given up for being adopted or fostered. He was fostered. His offense was theft and housebreak. He's very diligent. He's very religious. Tell me.
Well, I don't know what I really wanted to say. It came to me as if I would look at where I am in life.
He said that he feels himself very caught.
This blocks me from going anywhere. I'm still stuck. I can't see the outside world. I can't see the life that I had,
And these are his gods. And I couldn't understand whether they're gods or guardians, or whether he sees them more like angels, or whether they are nasty and keeping him in.
The two animals, they're like guardians in a way, or like wardens or something, but they're there and they're watching me.
But he says they have cut him away from all the bad things. This one is the one that keeps him away from the bad things, and this one has cut him off from his youth, from the things that he loves to do, from his childhood. And there's no going back. There is absolutely no ways he can cross this again.
So he has understood also that time has passed, that he cannot go back. That's also about growing up.
Yes.
If one understands that there was a time for something and now is a time for another thing. And so he also understands what boundaries are.
Mm-hmm. So to you, this is where you are?
Yeah, this is where I've been and where I'm now.
Right at the end, he said, now I know what the tree is. The tree is God. It's me and God standing there.
This is me and this is God right here with me. My family can always be out of reach, but God will always be right there by me. You'll never be out of reach of me.
Mm.
So that means he's now in a place where God is also there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So he does not live the prison so negatively.
No.
Uh-huh.
He's made a very clear path from left front to right back, diagonally across, where he will, as he says, move in the rays of the guardian towards a future which will be very hard for him. But he says you can take this away. Several times he removed this.
Uh-huh.
Maybe this can mean to me it's a life that I can choose. Once these walls are taken away from me, I can either choose, my light and, choose a path from heaven and, have it fun and still have my guardian there. Or I can choose the other path and go through hardships and problems and troubles and just pain and strife, It's a choice that I have to make.
It's amazing how 17 and 18 or 19-year-old youth for the first time begin to play. And maybe we don't understand well if we say play, because it's more they construct something, but they immediately make something about themselves, about their life.